Today, we finally closed the chapter on Impact Theory and CEO Tom Bilyeu, the man worth almost $500 million, co-founder of the billion-dollar company Quest Nutrition, and his $30 million, what I call rug pull, in battle with the SEC. So stay tuned. Tired of meme tokens that promise the moon but leave you holding the bag or just rug? It's time to flip the narrative. Flapjacks launched transparently with locked liquidity, token burns, and real-world utility like exclusive fitness perks. This stack is built to last. Forks divide, syrup binds. Join the stack at flapjacks.xyz. Now, I haven't spoken about this project very much. When you go back on my channel, there's one video I found out here where I was trying to get Project Kaizen integrated with what I was doing on the Drip Network. So Tom Bilyeu, if you're not familiar with who he is, like I said, he co-founded Quest Nutrition. If you're not familiar with Quest, they were a groundbreaking nutrition company that changed the game of protein bars or health bars in the health and fitness space. So prior to Quest, all your protein bars tasted like cardboard. And then they were the ones that came out with like the Oreo and glazed donut and birthday cake and cookie and all that stuff, like changing how they did health food or protein snacks. And now they're everywhere, but they created that technology. Like literally prior to that, it was all about corn syrup. So I definitely appreciate what they did in that regard. But Tom basically sold his shares of that company and sparked out on his own journey to create Impact Theory, which he decided or calls a media-based company trying to inspire people to reach their full potential. He said he wants to be the next Disney. And he said if Disney is supposed to be the happiest place on earth, then he wanted Impact Theory to be the most empowering place on earth. So he got into NFTs and crypto 2020, 2021, and I followed in right behind him. So I was following his content, his business building content, all sorts of stuff. So I was big into his sphere, even following his wife's content. He has a lot of amazing people that he brought on his podcast to help you level up in various areas of self-development, health, fitness, relationship, everything. So like solid dude in that regard originally. Then he came out on the heels of Gary V's VeeFriends, and he decided to launch his own Impact Theory NFT. These NFTs were meant to be kind of the foundational layer of his company. He was already running Impact Theory, but he was bringing in talent from Disney, from Marvel, to create what he likes to call just storytelling. So he's like, storytelling is the oldest narrative that human beings use to relay information and share information across a time span, and it can be used to help you level up. So he was creating comic books and eventually wanted to go into making long form media like movies, all sorts of stuff. And the different tiers were the legendary, heroic, and relentless keys. Legendary was supposed to offer you the right to partner, meaning that you could basically, with this key, reach out to other businesses, whatever, and then you were allowed to collaborate and partner with Impact Theory as they grew in scale. So it wasn't meant to be a monetary vehicle, but it definitely had speculative potential, especially since he kept calling his shot like Babe Ruth, saying he was going to be the next Disney. So he launched this, and I purchased a bunch of the NFT keys. This is literally the Google sheet that I had created a while ago. So I did 30 different keys, spent 43 grand. That was when ETH was at like its peak of 4K and some change. So he came in on the hot end of the NFT craze, like at the peak. And then, like I said, it was right off the heels of Gary Vee. And I was like, this dude is a serial entrepreneur. He's going to go places. He had this roadmap. He was bringing in some strong talent, all sorts of stuff. And long story short, he wanted to build and was creating an actual video game. Kind of, if you're familiar with the Ready Player One book, not the movie, but creating the book, that was what he wanted to build. And this was at the foundational layer of that. Fast forward, and he kept calling his shot, talking about what he was going to do, and he kept meeting with the SEC and trying to get them on board. And long story short, he ends up in a lawsuit with the SEC where they basically said he was selling unlicensed securities. And this is where I call it a rug pull, because what Tom did the first 2 times, initially, before he even got into the battle with the SEC, he offered people a buyout. So he's like, hey, if you don't believe in the long-term vision of the project, I'll buy back your NFT at the price you purchased it for. So that was to shake out people that didn't believe in the long-term vision. Then he did a second one. I don't remember when that was, but it was just like, hey, if you missed the first one, here's the second one. Again, if you don't believe, blah, 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 blah. So all that told people like myself was that if you believe in the project and what he was telling you, which was like, yeah, this is a decades, not days kind of project. This is about building and adding value long-term. This is about seeing him become, like he said, the next Disney in the self-development space. He sold some big snake oil tickets. And what ended up happening is after the second one, he basically did a third refund that he had a short window of opportunity. So like if you were not basically in his Discord, which a lot of people tapped out, then you missed out on this window where it's like, this is the last one. And most people did not pay any attention to that. I was one of them, because you had heard him say the first 2 were they mainly get rid of people that didn't believe in the long-term vision of the project. But come the third one, apparently it was on the heels of what the SEC had told him. And little did we know, it was because he was basically abandoning the project. Meaning if you still had this NFT after the third buyback, then it would have no value. You would not be able to get a refund. And the only way to get this new token that would be used for the community and the platform was to exchange your old ones. So not only did he give you a refund, but he also allowed you to get this new token that would carry the foundation going forward. Unfortunately, a lot of people missed out on that. So here's the wallet that collected the NFTs, and here's the number of holders, 2,889 holders. And then out of 7,429, so you're still missing a good 42% of people missed that opportunity. So that means 42% of people were left holding the bag. Tom purposefully closed the window, and that's why I'm calling it a rug pull, because I've been refunded by less reputable projects that I didn't even realize I had. And then all of a sudden I checked my wallet and I got ETH. And then I'm like, what is this for? And then you do some backtracking and you find out that the project that you have purchased NFTs for closed down, and they gave you a refund on your NFT. Like, that's the purpose of the blockchain. You don't need all this other BS red tape that Tom did, where you had to be watching the Discord, fill out this fucking form, submit your email, give a blood sample, like signatures, all sorts of ridiculous ass shit, just so that you can get the money back on a project that he abandoned because he opened his big mouth with the SEC and got smacked down. So I'm extremely bitter, if you can't tell, about what happened. But the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because it's finally coming to a close, and the SEC has this claim form under, I know nobody watching my channel actually got into this, but just gonna put it out here in case people are wondering. It looks like a shady website, impacttheoryfairfund.com. But to find out if it's legit, what you can do is go to sec.gov, and then you can go down the rabbit hole. Like they hide this shit very well. You go to rules, enforcements, and compliance, click on litigation releases, then go back one level to enforcement and litigation, then click on distributions to harmed investors. Scroll through here till you find the I's as in alphabetical order to some degree. We get to HI Impact Theory LLC, and then you can read about it. So as it says, the commission ordered the respondent to pay 5.1 million in disgorgement, 483 in prejudgment, and 500 in civil money penalty, for a total of 6.1 million to the Fair Fund Act or whatever that this will be. So who knows how much of this money we'll actually get back. I'm pretty sure I'm screwed, but here is the website down here on the official SEC site. So www.impacttheoryfairfund.com, and that takes you to let's just open it up so you can see the start, how kind of scammy the website looks, and you'd be like, I'm not connecting my wallet to this. But yeah, it doesn't look like they put much thought into this. But when you do, you submit your claim fund. I haven't gone all the way through, but then it connects your wallet and shows you the tokens that you have. So it's showing me with the 30 different tokens I purchased. Like I said, $43 fucking thousand that I dumped into this project and literally nothing out of it. Like, I am just shit up the creek. We'll see what the SEC gives back out of this. They collected 6.1 million. And out of the, let's see, so 30 million. Let's see if we can do some quick back of napkin math. So back of napkin math, basically the $30 million he raised at the ETH price of 4,100 bucks is like basically 7,317 ETH. He didn't sell out of everything. This was the amount that they cost at launch, but he had a, forgot what you call it, like a reverse auction or whatever. So it started at the high price, and then it got, as it went further and didn't sell out, it got all the way down to the floor price. So if he would have sold out, then he would have sold a total of, how much ETH is this? 14,000. So yeah, that sounds about right. He basically did about 50% worth, but out of that 7,317 ETH that came out, he already refunded, I forgot how many million or whatever, to people. So I don't know how much is left, but there's 6 million in the fair fund. And again, I don't know how much each person will get according to that, but I do know that, where are we? As I said, 42% of people got screwed out of this, and I have over 20 NFTs, so I'm in the top 10. And yep, the whole point of this video was just to go through this claim process. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pause it, see what comes up after this, now that it has my wallet. It does, what is pretty cool about this is when you connect your wallet, it has like a list of all these Web3 wallets that I had no idea that were out there that can be supported. So there's all these different hot wallets that I've never even heard of or seen, but whoever this partner company is that they working with to connect your wallet, they pretty much cover any and everybody, because there's wallets I've never even seen before. So all right, I'm gonna pause this and see where we're at. Well, there's definitely a bunch of red tape with this because it had to do all of the NFTs. They only allow 4 on the form. You got to download a Google Sheet or Excel spreadsheet. And then they also want your social security number and filling out an IRS W-9 form and verifying if you're a US person or not. So who knows how much of this I get back. If I get any back, then they're probably going to tell me I owe some taxes or some shit. All right, after a couple of failed attempts, claim submission is successful. So I have no idea what happens after this, how long you have to wait, how much again of this 43K that I got rug pulled by the infamous Tom Bilyeu I'll get back. But I'm definitely, like I said, not happy with how he handled this. If he was trying to actually do this correctly, he would have just refunded everybody that had the keys in their wallet, which is verifiable on the blockchain right there. He's got multi-million dollars, millions of dollars that he could have easily just done a quick audit, seen what the purchase price was, and refunded it that way, because he's still building Project Kaizen and all this stuff with Impact Theory. So I put this in the chats in the Discord, and that's another thing that's a big red flag. Nobody's even responding to this from the Impact Theory team. Like, the last announcement they had is last year, almost a year ago. So it's like, sorry, you missed out, tough shit. It's in the hands of the SEC. And they haven't even updated this to let you know that the SEC actually now has a website and you can get support with that. So that is just shitty. So the whole TLDR of this is kind of what I say on my channel: don't trust, verify. Even people that are transparent, that you trust, that are big names in the space, that you think that are out there doing things out in the open, that are multi-millionaires, you think won't rug, won't scam, even they are fallible. So I got screwed out of this one, and it just goes up there right next to Drip Network and Forex scam. So it doesn't matter if you're an anonymous dev or you're the face of a multi-million-dollar company. Don't trust any of these people. Even like I always say with me, don't trust me. You know, verify everything. So we'll see what happens with this. I'll do one more update when and if I ever get any money back from this. I have no idea what the process is on this, or if even a lot of people are aware of this, because there is a deadline to fill this out. I think it's August 15th. So the fact that there's nothing in the Discord, nothing going on about this, a lot of people completely forgot because the SEC announcement and stuff came out. They made the file almost over a year ago. Then the announcement was like in September. So there's people that probably aren't paying attention to this at all. And that's probably what the SEC is looking for as well, so that they can keep half of this money or the bulk of this money. So it's all just one big scam, in my opinion, man. It's horrible. The space does need some level of regulation. Same way a casino has rules and regulations. It's like, you're going in there to gamble, but at least there's rules and stuff in there to minimize the negative effects on you, the gambler. But this whole space is just lawless and worse than the Wild Wild West, because even Wild Wild West had rules. So anyway, that's all I got. That's the update. Let me know what you guys think. I know none of you were in with this project, but you can at least take this as a lessons learned. I always show my losses, my wins, all my steps. So here's one again with a transparent figure, and you can still get wrecked. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.